Hello again, everyone. As usual, I'm Buff Bud, and today we are back with another episode of Doki Doki Literature Club Season 2. So last episode, nothing happened. Nothing really that bad or strange happened. Just another day at the Literature Club. So yeah, let's just log in. Oh, that's right, we were making another, poem here. Okay. So, what we were gonna do is we were just gonna randomly click around and see which one we got, and then we would just progress on that line anyway, so... half the time, the buttons don't seem to actually work. Just by looking at them, I feel like that was probably more Yuri, but I guess we'll find out. Because normally they do mention, like, oh, your poem seems a lot like Yuri's, like Natsuki's, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Hi again, bud. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Nope, nothing weird there. Thanks for keeping your promise, bud. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Jesus. Nope, everything's normal there. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be, you already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Yeah, Jesus, okay. Oh my god. Okay, this is actually clever right here. Right here, Monica is coming out in front of the bubble here, indicating that she is above the game. That is cool foreshadowing right there. I love that. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. I think that says... God. I love this game. Everything about it is so perfect. Also, is it just me or is the whole, like, image, like, skew? Oh, God. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga's literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Plops. I'm sorry, bud. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait! I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be part of this club. So, even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. God, is it just me, or is the whole picture tilting even more? I think it is just me. I think I just have some kind of weird vertigo going on right now. This is weird. Is it just me? Like, looking down in this bottom corner just to look at... Wait a minute. No, it is moving! Oh my god! It's not just me! Oh my god! The entire picture is turning! That is creepy, dude! Anyway, it's a short read. Is she moving? feel like she's getting closer. Maybe not. Okay, anyway. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out books she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Gah! That's jarring. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. Okay, so maybe this is indicating that we went down Yuri's path on accident? I don't know, whatever. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crud. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's a book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. You should put that eye back where it belongs, Ed boy! Anyone else think of Rolf from Ed, Edd n Eddy? No, just me? Oh my god. That's not creepy at all. Oh my god. I love the psychological horror aspect of this game! Like, everything about it just messes with your mind. It is terrifying and horrible and amazing. I love it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Is her face messed up again? I don't know. Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Ah! That's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. Yeah, sure, you totally didn't buy one for you, one for me. Mm-hmm. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well... I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Is that alluding to something? Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. What the frick? Is that a real book? And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. What the frick? But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and fixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. What the frick? Is that a real book? I'm gonna have to Google that after this video. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Yep. Not the thing about the limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, bud? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that kind of story. It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. You mean, like a 3D perspective instead of a 2D perspective? Wink, 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 wink. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body... I didn't even catch what that said. Will it say here? No? Okay. Alright. I don't even know what that said. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. I'm sorry. Did I say something strange? I blacked out there for a second. Oh, God. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started. Oh, wait, that's me. Wait. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right. I might as well start... Jesus Christ. I might as well get started reading it, right? Yeah, hello. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... what were you saying? What are you saying? Oh, what are you saying? Let me just get to the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this means that we definitely chose Yuri's line. I feel like we wouldn't be doing so much with Yuri if we chose Natsuki. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. Oh God. What did you just say? I want to read it! Dang it. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Cue the I'm sorry! I do? I don't really mean to. I'm sorry. I mean... I hate when people do that! They're like, dude, you need to stop apologizing so much. I'm sorry! Dude! I'm sorry! I can't stop it! I hate it. I hate when people do that. It's awful. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I just use my right arm to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and flips it to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Oh. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. That's rude. What if she was just like rereading a couple lines for whatever reason or another? Now you're being a dick. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Oh god, that face. I hate it. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second-guesses things she says and all that. Ah! God, I don't like that eye looking at me. Ah! That's what you were talking about. Dude, she's getting nervous! What the frick are they reading about? What the frick? Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. What else about her do you mean? What are you nervous about? Something else? Never mind. She is so freaking nervous right now. Oh my god, it's terrifying. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that thought came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Huh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. Oh my god, she is... You are absolutely insane, aren't you? I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Bud? Did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. Dude! She already is getting her fingers just muddled in everything. Oh my god. She is realizing, oh no, Bud is getting close to Yuri now. I need to go check if he knows anything. Do you know what's going on? What? No? Okay. I don't have to kill Yuri yet. I mean, I don't have to do anything yet because I don't have anything to do with anything yet. Don't listen to me. I was just making sure they didn't do anything... Wait. They didn't do anything to her. What? No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. I hate you. With every fiber of my being. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. You don't even do the dog ear thing? Who should I show my poem to first? Ugh. I guess Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I just expected Natsuki to be like an entire foot shorter than me and trying to act all big and tough. I'm just like looking down at her and just like flick her forehead. Just no. Naughty. I'm a dick! Oh god. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Is that the same one from before? I don't remember. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So he did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but they are all over 18. The fact that they had to actually specifically mention that. Oh my god. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I guess Monica, just Monica, just Monica. Hi, bud. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. I know you're always listening! Ugh! Don't be afraid to bring them up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I hate you. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, wanna share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. I hate that. Don't worry, bud. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Barriers. Her and barriers. I hate them. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, bud. I was going, oh, in my head while reading this. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean it like it's a bad thing, though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. I mean, people are a good thing to give up on. So, she spends so much time in her own head that's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interactions. Don't blame her for coming out a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Not really, but you're gonna make me anyway. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You've had at least 2 lifetimes to get good. I think you're very good. You sounded pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, boy. That's the second yawn for this episode. That's an improvement. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they... I hate that little cutoff there. I don't know if that's intended or not. Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right there. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Ah! I hate this! I hate it. He wasn't looking at me, because we're not looking at you, we're looking at the other characters. You glance at your surroundings, your burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? No, they're poems on flat sheets of paper. They're flat characters. Let's see. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. The way out is through my freaking computer. I hate it. And now she's brandishing her pen to talk to me. I hate it. I hate it. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, the kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? You shall never know. Well, I'm not sure how if I know how to put this. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. If you just force yourself to get something down on the paper, just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. It's part of the song. I hate it. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand, write your way into his heart. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, and then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of a writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Nope, only, what, 3? Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. I'm imagining that meme of the guy looking at the paper, then looking up at you. Oh my god, yeah, that one. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. Number 3. Still better than normal. The end result is that is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of... Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Wait. We can skip this. This is all stuff that we've gone through before? Interesting. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I would skip it, but I'm worried that more glitches are going to happen, so I want to wait for those. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. Shut up. You know it's not bad. Shut up. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No! I'm starting to get there. The yawns are racking up. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Okay. Wait. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, bud. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, bud. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That's a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for I don't like it! And now it's back to normal! It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's why I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. Alright, Bud was spending time with Yuri today. I need to kill her next. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. My god, I cannot talk. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Oh god, this is... Oh god! This is when they fight! Sayuri broke them up before! Who's gonna break them up now? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. Ugh. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Don't bring me in, don't bring me into it, don't bring me into it. Which people did, by the way. Don't bring me into it, don't bring people into it. Monica liked it, and there she brought me into it. And Bud did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Bud liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Great. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Bud appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh! And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make something I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger. Magically grew a size bigger as soon as Bud started showing up. Did they actually? I wonder if they actually went into the, went and actually made a separate Yuri model with bigger boobs for this. I need to go back to last episode and actually check into that. That would be hilarious if that were the case. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Please, for the love of God, do not bring me into this any more than I already am. Talking about your own insecurities on others like that. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. I'm not touching anything! What's gonna happen? I'm very curious. What's happening? What's gonna happen? Is this it? I hate everything about this! Oh, I hate it! I hate it! You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking. You want to be edgy. Not gonna say that. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. None of this would happen if Sayuri... You think my counterbalance... You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try. Ouch! That was a sick burn! Whoa! Be careful, or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Oh, snap! Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the F is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Bud hear everything you really think. Stop bringing me into this! This is between you two! Don't talk about me! Oh my god. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns to... Oh my god. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Bud, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Ah! I can't save! Ah! I'm assuming this is who I'm siding with? I'm gonna choose Yuri because it seems like we're already on Yuri's route, so we'll just go with her this time around. Because we are gonna just go through and do everyone else's routes sooner or later anyway. Ah! Stop getting closer to me! Stop getting closer to me! Ah! No! Ah! Hey, Bud? Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? We're going over on time for this episode, so we'll end it here. Yeah. Actually, let's save here. That way I can go back through. I can play through this again. And then I can get near that point and I can save over top of that one. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll pick up here next time. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, and have a great day then. Goodbye.